LeBron James wasn't just talking to Stephen A. Smith against the Knicks, he was screaming. Now Stephen A. knows how we all feel. Well, it was revealed that Bron was mad about Bronny. Stephen A. has been saying things like this about LeBron's son for months.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's averaging 0.3 points. And he's playing in the first quarter of an NBA game? Really?
So obviously, Bron defends his kid. But why now? I mean, why is he doing this when ESPN's been talking about Bronny every other day? Well, there's actually a very specific reason for why now. But was LeBron right? Well, Bronny is now an actual NBA player. One of the biggest stories of the year. He expects Stephen A. to not talk about it? How? Because he's LeBron James's son? Doesn't Bronny get enough special treatment as it is? And by the way, it is bad enough that we have to hear people like JJ Redick saying that Bronny has earned his spot in the league. No, he hasn't. Yeah, dude played well in the G League. He might be an NBA player someday, but we all know that he doesn't get drafted if not for his dad. So to expect people to sit back, listen to that kind of stuff without responding is insane. But why now? We have about 1 month left in the NBA season, and I have had fun all season long playing Underdog. My favorite game is Pick'em, where I pick higher or lower for whatever games I'm gonna watch that night. It guarantees makes the game a lot more fun to watch, and there's a chance that I win money. Of course, this year we've been able to win a lot of money with streaks when you stack 11 in a row and you can 1,000 extra cash. So let me give you my 2 picks for tonight. First up, lower Najee Marshall assists, and then higher on Amir Coffey points. And best of luck if you were tailing those picks. Check out this map. Underdog's available all these states that you can see right here highlighted, like Texas, California, Florida with champions. If it's your first time playing, nothing helps out the channel more than to use my promo code AMHOOPS. Plus, you get up to $1,000 in bonus cash, plus a special free pick. Why did LeBron confront Stephen A. Smith courtside instead of like calling him up or meeting months ago? Well, we all know that LeBron is calculated. He does things for a reason. Just watch the clip. Bron walks away after he screams. Didn't want a discussion. It was like he was performing. And yeah, check this out. Is Bron making sure it was caught on camera? Doesn't it look like he notices the camera at the end there? Oh, and by the way, the guy taking this video is fellow NBA YouTuber The Flight Mike, which is insane. But Bron knows this is gonna be a huge media story the next day. But why confront Stephen A. now? Because the Lakers are winning. It was a story all year long back to the preseason when the Lakers were losing. Bron stayed quiet then. But now he's gonna just beat his chest because what are you gonna say? My son's taking a roster spot and we are winning. Bron waited for the exact moment that he can feel confident in his argument to bite back. I am sorry, but if this was actually about being a dad protecting your son, don't you confront Stephen A. on day one? No, he waited for LA to be good again. Of course he did. But how good are they actually? Well, that brings us to the other stupid drama around this game because Charles Barkley ripped Kendrick Perkins back.
I saw a fool idiot on TV talking about the Lakers saved the NBA. First of all, the Lakers have had a great 2 weeks. The Lakers saved the NBA season. That's because them fools on the other network, which we're gonna be working for next year, that's all they talk about.
2 great weeks? The Lakers have been the best team in the NBA for like a month. How is that not a story? LA goes from a joke to an actual contender with Luka. It's one of the biggest things in the NBA. Barkley just hates LeBron and the Lakers, so he can't see it. Yeah, they are a real contender. And at first it looked like, okay, not having a center is gonna be a problem, right? All they have is Jackson Hayes and Alex Len on the roster. You're not gonna win a title like that. But since then, LA has won 18 of their last 21 games. Hottest team in the NBA, which is not what people predicted. Just listen to what the experts said about the Luka trade.
This thing is not going to be smooth in LA with him and LeBron. There's going to be some serious growing pains.
Those guys do the same thing. You know, you talk about there only being one ball, so the fit's not great.
Okay, that is stupid. I could see if LeBron did like 2 things really well and Luka did those exact same 2 things. But Bron has like 5 elite skills. So if Luka needs to handle the ball and play make, that's fine. Bron can lean on his other 3 elite skill sets. Dude's been the most versatile player for like 20 years. What, that's just gonna stop because he's playing with Luka Doncic? So yeah, Luka's got the ball more, so Bron's playing off ball more, still scoring a ton. And if Luka's shot isn't falling, he's an elite playmaker. LA's got ball handling at all times when you include Austin Reeves in the mix. So the offense works, it's not a surprise. The shock is defense. Over the last 16 games, LA has the #1 D in the NBA. In that time, they have shot up from the 6th seed all the way to #2. So by definition, they are a contender if this keeps up. Because with 2 defending champ exceptions, the chip always is won by a 1, 2, or 3 seed. But without Anthony Davis, how is the defense this good? Well, just look at the Knicks win. LA down by as many as 13 points in the 3rd quarter. 10 in the 4th. The offense wasn't really working outside of Luka and Bron, so they turned up the D. Held the Knicks to 15 points in the 4th quarter. Knicks just 5 of 14 shooting. The final possession before OT was forcing the ball from Jalen Brunson to a Josh Hart shot clock violation. How? Well, first of all, the Lakers are just a big team, okay? I mean, no Rui last night, who's 6'8", but Luka is a 6'6" point guard. So outside of Austin Reeves, everybody is big for their position. And the great thing about defense is it allows an off game. Only Luka and LeBron are playing well on offense? No problem. They don't have to be perfect to win a big game now. Bron ain't had that in years. Role players like Dorian Finney-Smith and Jared Vanderbilt are stepping up. They rush guys on the perimeter and rotate quick for help. I mean, just look at the immediate double team here on Karl Anthony Towns, which leads to a turnover. When Luka is motivated, he can defend. And even when they hunt him or Jackson Hayes on defense, settle for a bad pull-up jumper. It reminds you of that Nuggets win. Nikola Jokic finished with just 13 points, 2nd lowest of the season, 7 shot attempts, lowest of the season, and 6 turnovers. But what else happened in that game? Because this is key to JJ Redick's game plan. Well, outside of Jokic and Murray, Denver role players made just 10 of their 29 threes at 34%. Not terrible, but below league average. So from the start of the season to January 14th, Lakers ranked 21st in defense, allowing 36% from 3. But since then, the Lakers have the #1 D, holding opponents to just 32% from deep. 2nd best 3-point defense in the league. So it's no wonder JJ Redick, a shooter, schemes his defense around the 3-point line. I mean, can you imagine if they did end up hiring Dan Hurley instead of JJ out of UConn? Dude's season ain't going so great, by the way. Did you see him showing off his rings to a bunch of college kids after beating them the other day? Man's losing it. So yeah, the Lakers are a contender with team defense, great offense, and coaching. And by the way, as the 2 seed, that means that they don't have to face the Oklahoma City Thunder until the West Finals. Hey, it will be a test without a real center against Chet Holmgren and Isaiah Hartenstein, but the Lakers really have a chance, especially with all their experience. I mean, can you imagine that before this Luka trade, we were basically just waiting for LeBron to play out the rest of his career. Nobody actually thought that he had a chance to get back to the NBA Finals. But now he's got a legitimate chance of winning ring #5 and matching Kobe Bryant. And I want to be clear, okay, the Lakers are not championship favorites, okay? They would be an underdog against OKC. Jokic would hit back at that defense in a 7-game series. Never mind the Celtics or Cavs in the finals, but going from a hell no to a maybe is huge for the end of Bron's career. So now LeBron feels free to bark at Stephen A. Smith about his son. But how are things going in Dallas right now? Not great, obviously, but there's something about this new Mavericks owner that should disturb people, and it's not trading Luka Doncic. Something else about this guy is really bad for the league.